Welcome to the Managing Drought in the Southern Plains webinar series. I'm Monica Maddox, Oklahoma Assistant State Climatologist, with your briefing for Thursday, March 1st. This information is brought to you by the Southern Climate Impacts Planning Program in association with NOAA, NIDIS, and the National Drought Mitigation Center. First, let's take a brief look at the changes we've seen over the last 2 weeks. There is some good news. Over the past 2 weeks, the country has seen a 5.84% reduction of abnormally dry to extreme drought conditions. In particular, there has been a reduction in drought in parts of the central and southern United States. Unfortunately, however, the Four Corners in the western United States, portions of Utah, and portions of Oregon have seen some drought expansion. With regard to the updated monthly drought outlooks, it's anticipated that drought will remain but improve, with some removal likely in eastern parts of Oklahoma and Texas, in Arkansas, and in Missouri. There is potential for drought development in Florida, and much of Oregon and the southern half of California transitioned from expecting the development of drought 2 weeks ago to drought now likely to persist. Here we have the latest Drought Monitor Map, which was released just today on Thursday, March 1st. Drought conditions are still hanging in there over much of the United States, but there is improvement in eastern Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, and Missouri, with expansion and some intensifying drought conditions in parts of the western U.S. Zooming in a little bit closer, let's take a look at the High Plains. Despite snow falling in South Dakota last week, water content is still low, allowing moderate and severe drought to continue across much of the Dakotas. There is some expansion of moderate drought in northeast Kansas, as well as some development of extreme drought in southwest Colorado. Focusing on the southern region, there has been a reduction of extreme drought in Oklahoma and the Texas panhandles, with some additional drought removal and reduction in eastern Oklahoma, eastern Texas, the northwest half of Arkansas, and northern Louisiana due to some heavy rainfall. Speaking of heavy rainfall, many areas have received over 10 inches of precipitation, which filled reservoirs and even caused flooding in some parts of the region. Across the western portion of the country, moderate to extreme drought has continued, and in the southwest with development of extreme drought in the Four Corners region and southern Utah. There has also been expansion of moderate drought in Oregon. This is the map of consecutive days with less than 1/10 of an inch of rain across Oklahoma from the Oklahoma Mesonet, which is drastically different compared to the same map we saw just 2 weeks ago. Prior to the excessive rainfall over the past week, the map was mainly covered in orange, but now the majority of the map is colored in green. Despite the record-breaking February rainfall in the southeast, however, we still see the panhandle missing out. Unfortunately, the numbers in the panhandle continue to increase with the continuation of extreme drought. Most of the area hasn't seen measurable rainfall in over 140 days. Kenton, Oklahoma seems to be taking the brunt of it, as it's been 151 days since they saw at least 1/10 of an inch of rain. The 5-day precipitation outlook, valid through Tuesday, shows chances of quite a bit of rainfall in the western and northeastern United States. There is also potential for roughly 0.5 to 1.25 inches of rain in the north-central part of the country and portions of Louisiana, the Midwest, and along a diagonal line from far southeast Texas up through Tennessee. The image on the top right shows the temperature forecast for the same period, with above normal temperatures likely in the central U.S. and the Midwest. Below normal temperatures are anticipated for the northwestern third of the country. The 6 to 10 day outlooks, valid Tuesday, March 6th through Saturday, March 10th, indicate that a cool pattern is expected across a wide swath of the country from the northwest to the southeast. Above normal temperatures are expected in the far southwest and the far northeast of the U.S. Looking at precipitation, there's an increased potential of below normal rainfall amounts throughout the Great Plains. Above normal precipitation is expected across the far western, southeastern, and northeastern United States, including northern parts of the Midwest region and Alaska. Elsewhere, normal conditions are anticipated. This is the same CPC 3-month outlook as shown in the previous webinar, since it was last updated on Thursday, February 15th. Again, this reflects the outlook for March, April, and May. Drier than normal conditions are expected across the southwest and into portions of the southeast and Gulf Coast. Wetter than normal conditions are possible across the Midwest and far northern states. Warmer than normal temperatures are possible across much of the southern half of the U.S. and the far northeast. Below normal temperatures are anticipated across the northwestern states. The monthly drought outlook was issued February 28th and valid for the month of March. It's anticipated that drought will remain but improve, with some removal likely in Arkansas, Missouri, and eastern parts of Oklahoma and Texas. Drought development is likely in Florida, and much of the southwest will likely see drought persisting, which now also includes Southern California and Oregon in this latest update. No new updates to the U.S. Seasonal Drought Outlook map have been released since the last webinar. The seasonal outlook is valid February 15th through the end of May. Just to reiterate, drought's expected to persist and develop in the southwest, including far northwest Oklahoma and western and southern Texas. Portions of the southern plains, including the eastern 2/3 of Oklahoma, central and eastern Texas, and portions of Missouri and Arkansas, may see drought remaining but improving. Within that area, small portions of drought removal is likely. As always, please join us for these briefings and full topic webinars. For more information, please visit our SCIPP website, southernclimate.org, to register for more information if you haven't already. These briefings will be posted to the SCIPP YouTube channel, as well as our website. Please like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter at skip_RESA for more information. We thank you for joining us and have a great week.